I figured we get things started off with the Mortal Kombat new trailer that just came out, which is a full trailer. Looks crazy. Basically, you've got Sub-Zero in there, Scorpion, all the main characters. I want to get you guys' thoughts, and then I'll chime in a little bit. So, Joe, if you want to start a finale, whoever wants to start.
Sure. Man, listen, if you're not watching the Red Band trailer, you're doing yourself a disjustice of bringing in this movie or getting an idea where this movie is going to go. Because, man, out the gate, when you just see Sub-Zero and Jax go at it, and Sub-Zero just freezes his arms, breaks them. Now you see how Jax gets his, metal arms in the first place. Just everything about it looked good. I like the Cole Young character too. Kind of gives a more human aspect to it. And I personally think that Cole Young is going to be Johnny Cage by the end of the movie, but that'll be later on. That we'll dive into theories. But a great trailer, a great battle between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. That really stole the show, and really at that point was like, yo, take my money after that. But the fatalities at the end.
Yes.
And what Kano said, when Kano wins, I was like, oh man, sign me up. I can't wait. April 16th.
What'd you think, finale?
I'm like, finally, they're doing it right.
Right.
We waited long enough for this. I'm hoping that's Bihan Sub-Zero, and he turns into Noob Saibot and Scorpion kills him.
Ooh, that shit.
I want to see Noob Saibot.
I got a little behind the scenes because I saw an interview that Joe Taslim did, who plays Sub-Zero. He was talking to Scott Adkins because Scott Adkins does this show with stunt guys. And so they were talking about Mortal Kombat. And he said, the cool thing about this one is that they did a whole 10-minute fight, which should be the whole 10 minutes where we see it, where it's Sub-Zero and Scorpion before the masks are on. So you get an origin fight, and then you obviously get the movie fights too, where they're already masked up and stuff. So that shit's gonna be great. They're gonna go really in depth into both of those characters' backgrounds.
Yeah, those are the two main. Those are the two main
guys,
man.
that you want to check out.
But do we know if is that the original Sub-Zero, or is that the younger brother?
He didn't spoil all that, but Joe Taslim is the guy playing Sub-Zero in it. He was also in like the Raid and some other stuff. But when he was talking about the movie, he put that out there. Nah, there's a big 10-minute fight. He was like, I like the way they're approaching this. It's a lot more gritty. It's gonna be more gory, obviously, than the first one, less comical. So you know what route they're taking with this.
Yeah, they're listening to the video game.
Yeah,
because if you see Mortal Kombat X and 11, it's bloody, gruesome, breaking stuff.
Yeah. What I like too is that they're also getting into like the mythology behind Mortal Kombat, and they're staying true to the games. Something I think, the original one, it was like a cash cow because Mortal Kombat's franchise was so huge, and they were trying to do as much as they could, and with now being, you have so many ways to, use CGI, and, they didn't have the technology back then that they have now. Still a solid movie for what it was. The first one, at least. The second one, we don't acknowledge.
Yeah.
But
we'll only talk about the first one.
This is a vast improvement.
You were mad at Raiden being whitewashed?
Yo, bro. First off,
they needed a big name. Not to interrupt, but they needed a big name. So Christopher Lambert was the guy.
Highlander, man.
They said, bring the Highlander in.
I was talking to my boy. My boy was like, "Yo, man, how they do Christopher Lambert and not bring him back?" I'm like, "Dog, he didn't even fight in the first movie."
That was a cash grab.
He said enough.
Yeah,
that was it.
They gave him a check. They wanted the name in there to get more marketability on the movie, and mission accomplished on that. A quick funny story. Actually, behind the scenes, my Sifu, my instructor in martial arts, was actually in that movie. He was the guy that fought Goro, the black guy that he killed.
Yeah.
So he told me behind the scenes about the Christopher Lambert thing. He was like, yeah, they just grabbed him for the name, but also that Goro was a full size thing that they actually remote controlled and everything. So that movie kind of was ahead of its time.
We got to get that man on the show, man. That's
right.
Good.
I'll ask him.
That's good content right there.
Yeah, man. I've got a few behind the scenes tidbits on that.
That's cool.
But
I want to see. Do you think they're gonna have Baraka in there?
Ooh, I think. Remember that little
with Melina?
Well, when Sonya was like kind of giving the talking about the markings or whatever, and then they showed that little painting. I think those are like the Baraka like origin story, or that's gonna like kind of tease that you know,
I think
part of that.
Melina, Katana. I think all those characters will be in there in some.
Well, we
shape or
saw
form.
Melina. Melina licked her size. with
Yeah,
her teeth.
Melina's in there.
Right.
Yep.
So then that means Katana's going to be in there too, because the
Has
whole
to.
lineage with
I
them.
mean, yeah.
That's
Shao
gonna happen.
Kahn's in there, so maybe
Yeah.
Sindel.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but
and
Shiva.
huh?
Shiva.
they've got a whole boatload of characters they can choose from. So I think I just want to make sure it's good. I'm just hoping it's good. I mean, trailers are one thing. I'm just hoping the movie is solid. It's been such
Do
a
we know
long
the
time
runtime?
since- that I don't know. I know it comes out April 16th, HBO Max. Everyone's looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a good question. The runtime, I have no idea. I'm thinking 2 hours, but it could be less.
Well, if they're gonna have all these origin stories, then it needs to, you know.
Needs a little time to breathe.